Hey guys, today we're playing Klonoa 2 on the PlayStation 2. This is a direct sequel of Klonoa on the PlayStation 1. The one on the Wii was actually a remake of the PlayStation 1 game, so this is actually story-wise a sequel to both games if you want to think about it in a technical sense. So let's start. I wasn't sure if I made a video of this before, but I don't think I did. I'm sorry for the downgrade in PlayStation 2 quality games, but the PlayStation 3 I'm actually running on now doesn't play PlayStation 2 games, but I think I explained all that stuff in a different video. I don't know, but we'll start from scratch. In some ways, I think playing on the regular S-video cables look better. I have component cables, but for some games I don't think it helps the games. I think it actually shows the flaws. I think the S-video kind of fudges the graphics a little bit with blurriness, but it's nice to have upscaled videos too. But my other PlayStation still works, but I got a yellow light of death and I fixed it, and I just don't want to take a chance and get a disc stuck. Let me turn down this sound a little bit. A gamer could still pick stereo. That's kind of weird. Not weird. It's just a sign of the times. But it's odd to see it now, because I'm so used to playing newer games, which I'm trying to be better at playing older games. But this is still technically new. I don't think PlayStation 2 is considered retro, although some people don't think the NES and Sega Master System's retro yet, so I don't know. It all depends on your opinion, I guess. This was one of the first PlayStation 2 games I ever owned. It's a great game. The Klonoa series is always awesome. It hasn't sold well. It's a miracle that we got the games released in the US that we did. There's also some Klonoa games on the Game Boy Advance. I might cover those later on, but I don't really consider them true Klonoa games. They just don't have the same feel. This kind of changed Klonoa's look a little bit. Seems like every game they change Klonoa's look a little bit, but I think it's because Klonoa is a little bit older. I'm sure this story is really awesome. At the time, the graphics were like insanely good for its time. It was an early PlayStation 2 game. I got this for my birthday, September 12th, September 11th. It's easy to remember that day because it was right after the terrorist attack. I remember getting this and being excited that I had a game, but I mean, at the same time, I think everybody's bummed out. Nobody felt like celebrating for obvious reasons. Oh, shut up. These games are probably fairly easy to import or translate or whatever, because they speak in gibberish. When the Wii version came out, it was kind of weird because they all spoke in English all of a sudden, but if you went to the options, you could change it back to the gibberish, which I did. I can't remember if it was the Wii version or this version, but there was some radical change at Klonoa and it looked really stupid. Like this character design, because I guess they thought the games weren't selling because of the way the character looked, which is ridiculous. It's just, I don't know, I think these games don't sell because there's like absolutely no marketing or anything for them. Shut up, I don't care, I just want to play the game. So this is almost exactly gameplay wise like the other game. It's just prettier, and you jump into the background and foreground a lot more. But I mean, there was no radical gameplay change. To be honest, I don't think there ever has been. But storyline wise, this is as far as the series ever got. Like I said, the Wii version was like basically an exact remake of the PlayStation 1 game, except with prettier graphics. I mean, even the level design was exactly the same. There was nothing different about it beside the enemies and the character models being polygons, because even though the levels are polygons on the PlayStation 1 versions, and they were still composed of sprites. But anybody who enjoys old school 2D games, even though it's really super cute, which might be a turnoff for some, and maybe that's why the game didn't sell as well. Like, this game's really fun for people who enjoy side scrollers. I'm not trying to get every single item in the game. I'm just trying to play the game. It's just a nice Japanese side scroller. And it still looks nice even till today. It just has a simple cartoon style. It's not trying to replicate something that's overly complex, so I think that lets it hold up well. Because when you play a game as good as it is, like Metal Gear Solid or the original Resident Evil, which is why I vastly prefer the remake, they're trying to draw people in what the best they could do for a realistic manner at the time. So the graphics, in my opinion, don't hold up as well. But these graphics hold up well because they're simple. I think that's kind of why Mario games and NES games hold up as well. Just because the graphics are simple, so you don't like cringe when you go back and try to play them. Like going back and playing the original Resident Evil on PlayStation 1 takes a little bit of getting used to. But the GameCube version looks like a new game. Still, I mean, they look like people and stuff. They don't have those block arms. Although Resident Evil 2, I don't know why, I feel like that one holds up somewhat still well today. But again, it takes a bit getting used to. I still enjoy them more than Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6. If you can believe that, even with the tank controls. So, if you haven't figured it out, in order to get these eggs, you have to use an enemy to bust them open. And the water effects look pretty cool. And I love how you can see like hints of like where you're gonna have to walk to later on in the game in the background. The PlayStation 1 version did that too, but this one does it a lot more. This one just kind of amps up the PlayStation 1's version a lot more. You gotta hit the bells in order to beat the level. If you're curious about the story, like LeVar Burton says on Reading Rainbow, you don't have to take my word for it. You gotta play the game, or on Reading Rainbow, let's read the book. But I mean, who reads anymore? Seriously, that's so fucking outdated. I'm being sarcastic, alright? I don't need a bunch of people complaining about the literacy of like this generation. Alright, now loading, although it looks like it says now coding. And I'm not trying to be funny, it just does to me. It looks like a K. I don't know what the point is to talk to those guys. I think it's just for the story. what we're playing for gameplay. So we're just gonna play the game. I'd love to see what a Klonoa game would look like on the PlayStation 3. I think they really messed up with the Wii version because they were really hoping that the Wii version would sell, but they didn't advertise it at all. Like when I was a kid, I felt like everything was off-brand unless it had a commercial. I mean, I think adults would really like this game too, because I'm myself an adult, as much as I don't feel like it until I start to run and my knees and ankles start to hurt because I'm getting old as shit. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's like Mario. It's like fun for everyone. Mario or Sonic if you prefer. Any one of those games that are still fun to play, that are kind of timeless. And it's not overly difficult. Later on, like, the levels kind of get labyrinth-like, and you gotta figure out the puzzles a little bit more, but it's nothing too taxing. So this is pretty much everything you would want in a sequel. So unfortunately, for all you people that play the Wii version and wondered what happened to old Klonoa and his weird cat-like features, I don't know what the hell Klonoa is. I don't think they ever explained it. He just has a sweet Pac-Man hat. That's all I can be sure of. But anyway, all you people that had purchased the Wii version that came out a few years ago have to go all the way back to the PlayStation 2 to actually follow the further adventures of Klonoa. So if you're a Nintendo loyalist, I apologize. It's weird though, I kind of prefer the PlayStation 1 Klonoa, which I believe is on PlayStation Network. I'm not sure if this is on PlayStation Network. I want to say yes, but I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to lie to my precious audience. You guys mean so much to me. I don't want to steer you wrong. I don't know if you heard it in my voice, but my voice cracked a little bit because I get so teary-eyed when I think about you guys, my subscribers, as a number that slowly grows and dwindles when I make a shitty video. Of course, I think more of you than a number, but I mean, a number helps. I don't think you like me very much. You gotta throw an enemy in front of that thing. It's a very Nintendo-like thing you would have to do, I would think. It looks like something you would do in a Mario game. It has that whimsical, innocent kid adventure feeling. And if you feel old like me, you want to take anything that makes you feel young. I'm 29, but I feel old. I'm still getting used to the fact that next year I'm going to be 30. And I guess, no offense to anybody who's over 30. It's just a number I know. And I probably sound stupid because I know a lot of people are like, I wish I was your age. Just the other day, I wanted to go do something, and I was like, man, I feel kind of old. Sometimes I'm playing video games, and I'm like, am I still, like, young enough to play these? Is this something that I should give up? Am I too old to play games? Should I, like, be going out and having crackers, cheese, and wine parties? I mean, what am I supposed to do? Like, watch primetime TV? Find some girl that we do crossword puzzles together with? I don't know. I don't know what people my age do. Are supposed to do. I have friends that are around the same age as me, but they're all homebodies. I've kind of become a homebody because they're homebodies and they don't want to go out anymore, but I mean, it's partially my fault. Sometimes I just feel antisocial. Alright, I know I have to do something here. There we go. Now I can get the hell out of your way. You know, here's a environmental puzzle. I'm really making it sound more complicated than it is. I believe the goal is to get that little pendulum or whatever the hell you want to call it, to hit that little pillar or whatever. Sorry. I'm gonna watch this video and cringe later at this commentary because I know it's been kind of spacey and I'm talking about being older and a homebody and all this shit, and I'm gonna worry about if my friends watch this. I'm scared that they're gonna get offended that I labeled them as homebodies when they just, I don't know, I guess people move on when they get older. Not that we moved on, but I mean, they have their own lives and stuff going on, as I do, you know. But I do need to start doing some more stuff instead of like being like, oh, I'm 29, I'm old as shit. Because I know I'm not, but you know, if you live like you're old, you're gonna feel like you're old. And you're gonna regret missing out on things in life. This game looks really nice for an early PlayStation 2 game. I mean, this is a really early PlayStation 2 game. I mean, it wasn't like the first round of games, like a launch title or anything. I think PlayStation 2 is maybe out for 6 months, maybe a year. I can't remember. Like I said, I got this September 12th, 2011. I think maybe the PlayStation came out. It had to be around maybe a year old or something, because I think it came out in 2010. I actually did bricklaying work, which almost killed me. I mean, I'm glad I'm alive today to tell you this story now. But I did bricklaying work for the summer just to buy a PlayStation 2. And I quit that job the minute I had enough money to get the PlayStation 2. Plus school was about to start, so I had that excuse. So my parents didn't think I was lazy and that I got a job washing dishes for these assholes that would always like yell that I was going too slow, because apparently they didn't mind if lipstick and shit was on the cups, and I did. I was kind of OCD. I wanted to make sure everything was clean. I don't care about the story. And here is your first boss, and this boss is pretty easy, but they're fun. Usually the bosses are pretty easy to figure out because they usually have like a little glowing spot on them. The first Klonoa had a level that was like in a big circle, but I think there's a few Klonoa games that have boss levels that are in a certain. That was pathetically slow to react, but you know, that's the price you pay with the commentary. I can't believe this thing hasn't even made an attack yet. Alright, show me your ass. I wanna see it. It's a nice ass, it glows. Oh no, he's turned into a second form. I feel like I'm in an episode of Power Rangers. Now this is your attack, just to rotate around. Looks like a really shitty Christmas decoration. I would take you back as long as I didn't throw away the receipt. Because I shop at the seedy stores that will not accept items back without a receipt. And they will only give store credit. Thank you, Thunder Megazord. You know, I don't know why I'm even trying to jump hurdles around you. Oh, that sucks. You look like you're about to blow or something. That's what she said. Oh, I gotta stop that. Vision clear. And we're skipping the storyline. As masterful as it may be, I'm being sarcastic. It's like bedtime story quality. Well, yes, I would like to save my adventure now. Data 1, yes. Well, yes, thank you. Data 1, thank you. I will always remember Data 1 as being my Klonoa 2 save file. I'll keep you close to my heart. Our kidney, because those are equally as important. How come nobody keeps anything close to their kidneys? I guess because you can donate one. I guess if you had one, it would be more significant. I don't know. You'd say liver, but the liver can regenerate. The brain's pretty important. I would keep you close to my brain. It doesn't sound sentimental. I guess that's why they always say I'll keep you close to my heart. So, Klonoa, save spot 1, vision 1 clear, save file. I will keep you close to my heart. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you can find this game and you have the means to play it, definitely pick it up. I'm sure you could probably get it dirt cheap. If not, and I'm lying, I apologize, but it's not intentionally lying. But if you had the Wii version, and if you want to play the sequel, you unfortunately can only play the sequel on PlayStation 2. They never remade Klonoa 2, even though the remake's newer than Klonoa 2. So you actually have to go back in time to actually play the sequel. But you know what? This looks as good, if not better, than the remake. I don't know why. Personal opinion. But anyway, guys, I am rambling, but, you know, I think if you've subscribed, you've come to expect that, I guess. You probably look forward to it, so you feel better about yourself. You're like, at least I'm not as bad as that guy. And you know what? If I can make you happy at my expense, I will. And hopefully I did. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video if I make one, which I probably will. So, see you then. Bye.